Saskatchewan leads this country with the most active cases right now per 100,000 people. As we look at this map that gives us the per capita breakdown, Saskatchewan with the most of any province or territory, 363 per 100,000, followed by Alberta, and then Quebec, Manitoba, Ontario, and British Columbia. Things drop dramatically with New Brunswick, 39, and single digits or even zero for the rest of the country. So Saskatchewan at the top of the list and struggling to bring its case count down. One incident caught on video is stirring controversy now for its brazen violation of pandemic rules, sparking calls as well for more restrictions. Jesse Anton has that story.
The Tap Brewhouse in Regina says this video taken by a concerned patron over the weekend shows a very isolated incident. As you can see, there are about a dozen young people, some of them unmasked, captured dancing and mingling with other tables. And it has everyday people and medical professionals on social media calling it a COVID super spreader event just waiting to happen.
Think about last week when Dr. Shahab said that our models and our predictions for where our numbers are going to go can either go up or plateau. And for them to plateau, 95% of us need to follow the guidelines as they're laid out right now. And when you see something like this, you say, well, that's not going to happen. Obviously, this is not 95% compliance. These are people quite stepping over the line.
The TAP's management team refused an interview with CBC News at this time, but in a statement on social media says these patrons were asked to leave, but unfortunately decided to dance their way out the door. Management does go on to apologize, though, noting it's since implemented more supervision and education for the safety of its customers. But some people, like Anderson, say that's not enough, and the government needs to step in with a circuit breaker lockdown.
I think Saskatchewan really needs to sort of say, do we want to get to the breaking point before we make a decision and then have to do with all the additional damage, even though we could maybe make the same decision sooner, have less damage, and actually have better outcomes.
Since the start of the new year, there have been at least a handful of COVID-19 outbreaks at restaurants across the province, and at this point, there are no COVID cases linked to the TAP. But the Ministry of Health says public health officials are investigating. Regina police say they are also aware of the video and are working with the Saskatchewan Health Authority to determine the next steps. As of right now, no fines have been issued. Jesse Anton, CBC News, Regina.